We design and build and install an AI coaching operating system into your coaching business built on your expertise, your voice, and your core methodology that brings a qualified clients, publishes your content, and keeps every client moving between sessions without adding a single hour to your week. In fact, it usually removes 2 to 6 hours per day of manual, laborious work. And here's why that's predictable. And it's not hype. Every coaching business runs on four numbers: retention, engagement, revenue per client, and delivery hours. And once we baseline those numbers, we know exactly where your business is leaking and exactly which system closes that leak. We completely remove the guessing. Hi, I'm Michael Olaski, and everything I'm about to share with you is based on a 20-year playbook. It's the same workflows I've run for transformation leaders that I know you've heard of, who are all now running at the speed of AI. Now, we really only work with two types of coaches. And that first type of coach is one who's doing really well. They have a real practice, real results, a method that works, but they've watched AI start to change this industry. They want to get ahead of it instead of reacting to it when it's too late. The second coach feels stuck. They've hit an invisible ceiling. Revenue has plateaued. The weeks are full and they're not sure if the answer is more content, another launch, a team, or something completely different. They know AI is part of the answer. They just haven't found a practical way to fit it in yet. If you're either of those, this is for you. What this is not for is coaches who are just starting out with no proven method, no client results yet, or people who want to spend their weekends duct taping tools together themselves. We do the heavy lifting. You run the practice. One more filter because it matters to us. We work with conscious coaches. It's why our company is called Rehabit. The conscious, creative, connected coach speaks to what we call the 4 Cs. And the idea that in coaching, we have a vision of the future. And we move towards that vision of the future on a transformation journey. Those 4 Cs are also whether or not you are consciously trying to make the world better, you're creating content already, you're connected to your message and your audience with traction on a social platform with that created content. And you have a coaching model in place that allows us to really let this AI coaching OS land into your business. These tools that we build inside Rehabit, they help your clients and you visualize a better future for themselves, to build those daily habits to help them get there. So if that's the change you're in the business to create for your clients, then you are our kind of coach. Now, let me name the real problem, because it's not what most coaches think. You're creating content non-stop, because the moment you stop publishing, everything goes quiet. You're answering the same questions you've answered 1,000 times. And your clients, they're lit up when they're with you, right? But then they drift. The momentum dies between week 1 and week 2, and they quietly churn and cancel. And by the next call, you're rebuilding from scratch. You're winning on the outside, but you're quietly drowning on the inside. And that's not a marketing problem. That's not an effort problem. I know you're one of the hardest people working in this space. But here's the thing. An operating system might sound big, but the secret is you already have one. And that is the problem. The operating system is you. It's in your head, it's between your ears, and it's in the hours you spend every day and every week doing laborious administrative work that you were not built to do. It's a proven fact that coaches spend up to 80% of their time drafting emails, responding to clients, opening up accounts, logging in, forgetting passwords, and all of that stuff that keeps you chasing your tail every week. Content stops the week you stop recording. Retention drips the moment that you can't be in every client's inbox every single minute. Lead generation dies while you're busy delivering results to your clients. That's not fair. And everything collapses back onto one human, you. And look, that's exactly what makes your coaching resonant in the first place. It's you, the human, the actual intelligence, the original AI. But you're not infinitely scalable, so your systems have to be. And so quickly, here's what's happening in the industry right now. These platforms, they're already cloning coaches. Big names are on them. You've heard of them. Tony Robbins, Vishen Lakhiani. The education giants are spending millions of dollars telling your market that they need AI. This isn't years away, it's here. And the coaches who get this right now, in the next 12 to 18 months, will have a structural advantage over the late movers who can't close that gap, because their AI will have not been learning their client's voice, their customer voice, their company voice, their coaching voice. And that methodology that makes that transformation happen will be light years behind at that point. AI won't replace coaches, but coaches who use AI will replace coaches who don't. The question isn't whether it's going to change your market or the world. The question is, what side are you going to fall on? The ones who are afraid to use it authentically, or the ones who leverage it and deliver results for their clients at the speed of light? Here's what we actually do. Every client goes through the same process. First, we extract your genius, which means we produce it. We help you wrangle it through your frameworks, your stories, your standards, and everything that makes coaching yours into what we call a digital twin. It's a second brain. It's not a gimmick clone. It's a working model of your methodology. And before anything speaks in your voice, it has to know how you think. Then we build. The twin systems that power these three systems that every coaching business lives or die on are, number one, a system that greets, qualifies, and books, even finds the right prospects into your system and onto your calendar around the clock, always sounding like you. Second, a coaching machine that turns your existing body of work into a steady stream of on-voice authority. And third, a daily co-pilot for every client, at every check-in point, at every guidance point, at every opportunity to deliver personalized journeys and journal prompts, so that the transformation keeps moving them between the sessions, exactly where that momentum used to die, exactly where they used to churn and quit, is now where initiation and inspiration and intention meet, and it becomes a habit. And that is the road that lifestyle change and life-changing events happen. Then finally, we launch it and we run it. One connected machine, not a pile of disconnected tools, but one simple business health dashboard that's tracking those 4 numbers I mentioned in real time, so you always know the health of your business. And here's what we need from you. One deep dive session from you, a couple hours per month, especially initially. Get your voice locked in and your feedback on the results, and you keep doing the things only you can do. You being the human connecting to your clients. You do the coaching, you're not learning new tools. You're in group sessions, you're not in extra meetings. You're doing speaking events and hosting retreats. We slot in and handle the rest. So if what you heard so far makes sense for your business, then go beneath this video and book a discovery call with me. And it's more than a discovering call. It's a mapping session. It's about 30 minutes long, and we'll look at your specific numbers, retention, engagement, and where your hours actually go, and map exactly what this operating system will be able to do and will look like built on your method. And you're going to leave with that map. Whether or not we ever work together, that's an artifact, an asset that you'll take with you. And I'll tell you now, if your application shows a fit, we don't just show up and talk. We'll have already started on something for you, and I'll explain that at the end of this video. If we don't think you can get there, and I'll say so right off the bat before you spend a single dollar. But if you like to see some results and would like to see how this would work for you and how it's worked on our clients in the past, then keep watching. You see, because a few weeks ago, we built an entire go-to-market system for a financial coaching firm serving medical specialists. The strategy, discovery funnel, video script, lead magnet, launch content, it was all live in just a few weeks. Every asset that was built was produced by the same content machine, the same operating system, the same digital twin structure that ships inside every AI coaching OS. Right now, we're also deploying for a UK therapist with 35 years of clinical experience and 35,000 YouTube subscribers. We're turning decades of his client work into a system that sounds like him, not some generic wellness AI. There's no more gaps on his YouTube publishing calendar. LinkedIn is no longer silent. Every communication inbound into a system gets a thoughtful, on-voice message, on time, moving people through his experience, getting closer to him and getting closer to the results that they came to him for. And this playbook that I built, it's 25 years old. This is the same engagement and retention workflows that I've run on projects featuring transformation leaders like Sonya Ricotti, Eckhart Tolle, Dr. Shefali, Les Brown, Joe Dispenza. The projects that I've worked on have deployed these systems and helped me perfect these systems to develop 150,000 subscribers, 250,000 subscribers, even growing one platform to 1.5 million leads, multi-million-dollar launches, growth engines. All of that didn't get invented by AI. It got hardened and perfected over decades of work by myself and my team, and AI just makes it run faster at a fraction of the cost. Now it's accessible to you on pennies of the dollar of what it costs those creators and coaches to deploy it into their businesses. Now, it's important for you to understand how we work because this isn't a software subscription. We don't just hand you a login and wish you luck. Everything we build is custom to how your practice operates, and it belongs to you. It's your digital twin, your dashboard, your roadmap, your content system. There's no vendor lock-in. There's no secret platform you lose access to if we ever stop working together. It's yours. Your method stays your method. Now, before you take the next step, there's probably a few things that you've been thinking because we've heard it on the dozens and dozens of calls we've taken on this model just in the last few months alone. Couldn't I just build this myself with ChatGPT? Sure. You can spend the next 6 to 12 months learning tools, testing what breaks, absorbing the cost of getting it wrong, all while running your full-time practice. Or you can plug into a team that spent 20 years building these systems in the last 5 years, pivoting their entire ecosystem into the AI systems that we are now perfecting. The information is out there. This operating system is not. Now, there are other operating systems hitting the market, but they're generic for business and it's still do it yourself. This system is totally specialized for you. Exactly. Our ICP. We know what your pain points are. We've tailored the skills and the voicing so that it will resonate with you and your audience. The other question we hear a lot is, will this actually sound like? My clients came here for me, and we get that. We hear it a lot, and that's why we start with the extraction, the digital twin. It's not technology first, it's you first. This twin is built on your frameworks. They're your stories, they're your standards. Your clients don't get a robot. They actually get more of you. Not only do they get the more aspects of you and the content and the touch points, the messaging and the materials that you're able to send more frequently and more consistently, but they also end up getting more time of your actual time because the 80% of your time that's liberated by not having to do this administrative work, by pushing pixels around and editing videos and looking at copy until you go blind, that's time you now get back. It's liberated for you to be human to human contact with your coaches, meeting them where the change happens. Most coaches spend their majority of their week on admin. This hands you back that time. Now, on this call, this discovery call, you're not going to have to take my word for how your voice will sound. You'll actually hear it and see it. And more on that in just a second. So the other question I hear a lot about is, how do I know this will work for my business? Now, that's exactly why we have this discovery call. It's specifically designed to answer this question. We will develop a baseline of your numbers on that call. And we will know before we start working together that there's a clear path for you. And if we don't think that we can get you there, we're going to tell you right on that call or shortly after we process the information that we're able to collect on that call. We'll do that before you spend $1. That's a 100% ironclad guarantee. We will not work with you if we don't think we can move the needle for you. The other question I hear a lot is this going to eat my time? I'm already scattered. I'm already overwhelmed. And obviously we're saying how much time this will give you back, but it also won't take any more of your time. One kickoff call, a deep dive, some feedback that we need to gather throughout the courses of a few hours a month, including a couple hours of your time off camera at your convenience. That's it. That's your entire involvement. And then it's done for you. And that's the whole point. We want to buy back your time so that you can develop and deliver the transformational results that you've been doing for your clients for years, but now actually have the potential to grow and scale without burning out. So the only thing left for you to do is to book a call. It's just 30 minutes. We'll look at your business and map your numbers. And on that call, here's the part I said I'd explain later. If your application that you can fill out below on this page, after clicking the book a discovery call, if it shows a real fit, we won't wait for that call to start working. Before you even get on the phone, me and my team are going to work on drafting a preview of your digital twin. It'll be built from your public body of work, which is another reason why we work with the connected coaches. We want to see the content that we're dealing with. We want to be able to build that voice and get you traction really, really quickly. We're going to build that from your public body of work. And on that call, you'll watch it produce for you in real time, your ideal client profile, a highly converting lead magnet, a post that sounds just like you wrote it. And that's going to be just from your public content alone. Imagine it's been trained on your actual methods, your books that are behind the paywall, your course material, your coaching calls, your team calls where you spend hours on end talking about ideas that you haven't even put into production yet. So this isn't a sales call where you just get pitched. It's actually our first working session. And you're going to leave with that map. You'll see how your twins' first outputs are happening in real time. And you'll walk away with those renderings as well as our gift to you. And you'll more importantly know exactly where your highest leverage is, even if we never work together. Now, again, this isn't for everyone. So if you don't have a proven method yet, or you don't have real client results, then the timing probably just isn't right. But go ahead, fill out an application. We'll let you know at the end of it how you fit in. And I promise you won't leave empty-handed. We'll have some resources for you at the end on how you can take the next steps to get yourself to a point where these systems will really work for you. In fact, individually, a few of these systems and the methodologies can help you grow. We're just going to ask you to do it yourself to a point where we have some traction to work with. But if you're running a real coaching business right now that you've become the bottleneck in, that you are breaking point in, and you want your method to be working for you and for your clients before your competitors' AI gets there first, then the link is below. You've built the method, you've built your reputation, you've done the hard part. Now let's get your business administrative bottleneck off your back. Book your discovery call below, and I'll see you on the call.